Peace. Universal Greek, you know how we do this. However, today, I was building with one of my brothers, as I do constantly build, and there was some very important things that we talked about that they felt like should be heard. And I say it's always conflict with the truth, because people find rationales, which is reasons why whatever they do wrong should be a right, should be correct. But they're not correct. They're just a rationale, a reason why you should look at it in a whole other perspective. However, we're going to deal with the truth. And this is to the woman, so I know they're going to feel away, but I want to just bear mind to the truth. This is not to downplay or be disrespectful to you, but to be clarity and understanding to life itself and nature. Presently, I know a lot of women are on a level, they understand where their place is in society, they know who they are, they're queens, they're great, whatever they try to do, they seek greatness like man and woman should do, seek greatness. However, we got an assortment of women, a group of women today that have reason to believe they don't need men, they can make the planet go on their own with no men involved. They actually want to take the man's seat. This is my example of it. I'm a king, she's a queen. I'm in the king seat, she's in the queen seat. However, once she made it to the queen seat, nowadays, in this group of women I'm talking about, now she's looking at the king seat now. She wants the king seat. She got to the queen seat, now she's trying to say she can take the king seat. But let's just deal with nature and facts, right? If tomorrow every man decided to communicate and said, you know what, we got the technology and science to make a new woman, to create an incubation for our live seeds that come out of man and create reproduce people on the planet. And every man just say, you know what, we're going to fall back and we're going to deal with the artificial, unfortunately, over the woman that's here. And they will see it won't take long before you become extinct. There'll be no more woman, period. Everybody can stand there and watch the last woman die because you can't reproduce. You can't make children. You don't have the live air particle, the cloud of blood, or the gas and energy, which is the sperm, to even recreate life. But it's a big challenge to that. Like, we better than men. We drive cars, houses, clothing, tampons, everything. A lot of the things that we made life easier for us, man created. But I guess it's here now, so we don't need them no more. As well as, you got a position now. You could be a king. I mean, you could be not a king, but you could be great in athleticism, basketball, football, boxing, whatever you want to be great at. You can do that, love. That's a fact, and no one should ever deny you that to be able to chase your greatness, as well as business and being on point, and a great mother, a great sister, a great auntie, a great grandma. Those are blessings. You can definitely be that. But a mother and father, a male and female in one, it's impossible, love. A lot of the minority children today, the males have become very feminine and the females have become very masculine because the lack of balance in the household. Majority of lack of males in the household, and some of these women have multiple men come in and out their lives and their children's lives, which you don't know if they're abusing your children, if they're disrespectful, if they're pedophile, but because you like them, welcome. And that's disrespectful. You should make sure that man has some type of integrity and love for children, not just his own, but children in general. But that's your position to take. However, there's a lot of young men that have come to me, 35 years old, 40 years old, saying I could be their father and all that. And I kind of take that, I don't really like that. Big brother, you know what I'm saying? OG, whatever, I honor that. But the father thing, at 35 and 40 years old, we're supposed to be past that. But the mothers never let them get past that because they never gave them the fathers to have. Feel me? The real fathers, the DNA directed where they come from so they can get, in a sense, where they from. Their true natural thing. But because of the personal conflict people have in relations, they take that element out of the children's lives, raise the children by themselves. The daughters all over the place, young. Various men, various baby fathers, multiple. as well as the son is sitting up under the mama till he 40, or he looking for a woman to take care of him because the masculinity wasn't there to balance it out. There was no man to make that daughter feel protected and keep her out of the boundaries of a bunch of bullshit. There was no man to put the masculinity into the male, them children, the men, the boys that raised up to be men, as well as you got a lot of women downplaying men in front of their children, their young men that are growing up, and as they grow up, they hear this all the time. He ain't shit, men ain't shit, men ain't this, men ain't that, and then for the black children, even worse, black, they ain't shit, they ain't. So if you grow up hearing that your whole life and you're a man, it's a real sense of you're nothing when you grow up. And then they go, why is my son so disrespectful to the woman? Why is he carrying me like this? Why he does it? Because you said he wasn't shit his whole life, you forgot? Because he's a man too. And you never grew him up to be honorable and respectful as a man and what a man is. You belittle men the whole time. So that's just some food for thought that I think people should take heed to and do the knowledge to. And maybe we can get a better balance, because everything is on a natural course. Everything that defies nature usually don't work out. So if we can get back to the natural course, understand the true definition of male and female and how we need each other, we coexist to each other, absolutely, to reproduce on the planet. But when you challenge man, who is really pretty much the creator and has the seed to recreate life, that's like everybody who say God and all that, that's like challenging the God that you look for. And you're saying they're so great, but then you challenge them. I mean, men have done they dirt and disrespectful and all kinds of shit. That's why our job is to make the right choices and pick the right men. Because there's men and there's a lot of boys out here. A boy is one who's born into the cipher and don't know why. They're still on the planet and haven't figured out what their purpose is or what they're here for. Some of them haven't even figured out they're a man yet. So we got to find a way to put the sisters and the brothers, the male and female, back in cahoots. Create a guideline of trust and a clarity of understanding. So when you're dealing with a woman, if you don't have intentions to be with one woman and that's it, exclusive, let that woman know to see if she's trying to be a part of that or not. That way you don't burn no bridges for a good man that might want her later on. As well as you get what you want when you get what you ask for. If you say, yo, listen, I want 5 wives, if that's what you want, you can get that. You just got to find a 5 woman that's willing to be 5 wives. And it can work out. But all that trying to control each other and I own her pussy, he owns my vagina and all that, it's disrespectful to the natural course. We all supposed to, when I commit to a woman, that's my commitment to her. Listen, I'm not going nowhere else. I'm not doing nothing else. I'm just rocking with you. If it goes bad anywhere in there, I cheated on my own word, on my own integrity. I didn't cheat on her. My word was no good. And she can revoke my card and go, you ain't shit, you ain't man of your word. Just like with her, I can say, you're not a woman of your word when she go to the left. And then we walk away and find those who are women and men of their word. Those are the people we're looking for to love. So at the end of the day, knowledge is power. You can challenge me if you want to, but the truth is always going to be in the center. All that other stuff, rationales and all those other things you want to come away is one thing, but it won't work like that. If all men tomorrow decided we're not messing with no more women, we're going to build our own, each one pass away, we take their eggs out and put them into these artificial eggs, and we just rock like that for a certain amount of time, women will become extinct. And then we can raise the new babies that we born into existence to live accordingly with the balance of man and woman. It ain't hard to do. It's crazy and way bizarre. I know it's absurd and all that. But I'm just saying all that to say we need to respect a level for male and female and our purpose and a way to trust each other. And the only key to all of that is the truth. The truth is the most powerful thing. Rationales and lies, they work all kind of ways. The truth is in the center. So if you tell a woman the truth, if you tell a man the truth, and they'll be straight open with everything you do, it will always be centered. It will always be a strong foundation. As soon as you start throwing them fake bricks in there, your house is going to fall eventually. Word is born. Do the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Shine beloved. Food for thought. You heard?